The Tesla China deliveries numbers are out, and this video is to give you some better understanding of the EV sphere in China, the Tesla situation in China, and I'll also touch a little bit on some latest news around NIO. So these are the Tesla China numbers, and in short, they are good in my views and in line with the expectations, but more on that later. Tesla has delivered 21,936 Model 3 and Model Y domestically. They exported 11,527 cars, and 12,228 cars have actually been Model Ys. The rest, including all of the exported ones, have been Model 3. Now, why are these numbers important? Well, Tesla has had some sluggish stock price performance, mostly based on the issue that there is fear, uncertainty, and doubt whether or not Tesla has an issue regarding demand or in general in China. So first, we had protests, consumer protests at Shanghai Auto Show, and second, we had issues around local governments permitting or not permitting Tesla cars on certain local areas due to the fact that the cars have cameras and so on. And all of this news resulted in the notion that people thought that, well, Tesla is not longer welcome in China. I was debunking this in my latest videos, and I mentioned that I think Tesla will be doing fine. Tesla will be selling cars just as usual. Tesla has it all in their hands if they manage to keep the customer expectations in line and also handle such kind of conflicts. Then Tesla should be doing fine in the future. However, we also had a breaking issue here. An article coming out by The Information that said Tesla's China orders have halved in May. Internal data shows that the crisis is deepening, and they mentioned specifically that net orders dropped in May to 9,800 cars. Now, before I go deeper into those numbers and also come back to this article, my view has always been that May would actually possibly show some record numbers. So I had mid-May data, which I used to make some estimations based on what I think the output should be. More than 1,000 units per day. Maybe up to 1,200 or even slightly more of a daily production by Tesla Giga Shanghai. And regarding the article by The Information, I mentioned that I think, well, maybe they have confused orders and deliveries. Well, at least the wording didn't sound totally convincing to me there. And I also mentioned that Tesla, we need to take note that Tesla is exporting quite a bit right now in the last couple of weeks. So the most ships going out ever from Giga Shanghai. And there might also be an issue due to the chip shortage also affecting Tesla. So these views were based on what I hear of regarding following NIO, speaking with some insiders in China, and also how I read, for instance, the tweets by Elon Musk and so on. So I was aware that there could be some issues around, for instance, the chip shortage and production. However, I was still quite confident that the numbers should be in line. So let's have a look what's really the case now, and what kind of those rumors we can debunk, and what kind of the rumors we kind of still need to pay attention to. So regarding the Giga Shanghai production, I was actually on point. The 33,436 cars are equal to a daily run rate of around 1,080 vehicles to almost 1,300 units per day production. And this is then adjusted for 5 days off because there has been some holidays. So as mentioned before, this is just exactly what I have estimated. And, this April dip, this is where people got nervous, but it's a totally normal thing that the first month of a quarter is always the lowest for Tesla. So I expect, now May has actually been on the top here, so very positive actually in my views, and I expect it even to grow further for June, and it will be a record quarter for Q2 in China in my views. And what's also interesting to note, and that was my comment around that Tesla is exporting a lot. So we saw that in April, Tesla exported 55% of their production from Giga Shanghai, mostly to Europe, but also to other countries. And now this export percentage has actually come down, and I expect it even to come down even further in June. Because this is just how Tesla works. In the first month of the quarter, they try to send out as much of the production as possible to the overseas destination. And after that's finished, they should kind of focus back on the domestic deliveries. But in this cloud of negative news around Tesla, this obviously was kind of an easy target for the shorts or for those who are doubting Tesla demand in China and say like, they have to export so much because no one in China wants to buy the cars. But I think that can be seen by the numbers now that this is just incorrect. And now in the case of Tesla, this leads me actually to conclude something similar to NIO, that Tesla is well on track in China. Possibly they managed to got through let's say, the worst period of this, for instance, chip shortage. And now for Tesla, even the negativity campaign and the allegations against Tesla. However, coming back to the article, there's still something which we need to pay attention to, which is that they say that these are the order intakes in May that should have dropped. So maybe although the numbers for May are now good, it may not be possible to already debunk this article entirely, because there could still be the black box or the question mark around the June deliveries. But just based on my projections around Giga Shanghai production and so on, and just my views that I think that Tesla has a really good product in the market and that they will kind of conquer the mass market of EVs in China. In this combination, I'm quite confident that Tesla should be kind of through the worst for now. And if we get the confirmation on June, Q3 and Q4, I think they're gonna rock. Tesla will keep exporting in the first months of each quarter quite a lot again, but then I guess people won't be fooled anymore about the maybe domestically lower numbers in the beginning. So based on these numbers, hopefully for Tesla the bottom is in here, and it should now be able to climb up till this fib range, maybe to $700, because now this fear is definitely gone, and I expect that this can actually help to improve the sentiment for Tesla shareholders again. Now some news around NIO, the ET7, which is actually getting closer and closer to being delivered, which is quite mind-blowing to see. There has been kind of a leak here that there are 50,000 units to be delivered by 2021. And so far, as NIO never disclosed the pre-orders of the ET7 so far, we didn't know whether or not the demand is strong for this product. But personally, I don't have much doubt that this will be a really strong product. And I think it will help by 2022 for NIO to deliver close to 200,000 cars. That is my estimation in my latest NIO business case. So if you're interested in that, you can join the Patreon network, where you can download the Excel and see it for yourself. But basically, I think the ET7 is an astonishing product, and especially the timing of it is really great because there is no competitor so far which has a similar premium to luxury car with the autonomy features and the looks like this car at a price point that is very competitive in my view. So I've really no doubts that they can sell every piece that they're gonna produce next year, and it's rather about once again scaling of manufacturing in my view. So the 50,000 cars for the ET7 deliveries estimation there, I would say that should be realistic. And this also pays into a report by Deutsche Bank analyst Edison, who says that, the Europe optionality or the Europe opportunity there is maybe not really priced in or not regarded as much for NIO as it should be. Also, they base it on this ET7 model, which will be possibly selling well also in 2021 in Europe when they also bring it over there. And this basically exactly reflects my views that the ET7 or NIO in general is what should resonate really well with the European consumer, and therefore maybe NIO is underestimated in what they can do overseas. And so therefore the ET7 can't be underestimated of how important it is as a product. And so far it's really looking quite well, and I guess this is also why the stock price is now recovering. The investors show an appetite for this opportunity there, and so NIO is one of the few growth stocks which is now only down minus 30%. Lots of the others are still down minus 40 to minus 50%, and this shows a strong comeback by NIO here as a company so far. Let's hope it can continue like that. But today's news for me is on the bottom line that it seems like both NIO as well as Tesla are possibly through the worst of what has been the issues in Q2, and now we can finally look forward to Q3 and Q4, which should be good for both of the companies. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave me a like and a comment, and then see you in the next one.